This is a clash of the titans. Apple and Facebook, two of the biggest tech companies in the world, they're at each other's throats. They're on the verge of a legal face-off. But why are they fighting? They say it's about user privacy, but that's just the ostensible reason. The real one is money. And here's why you should care. The result of this great tech war will dictate the future, not just of these companies, but also of technology and how you use it, because we depend on their gadgets and their apps. Apple and Facebook are fighting each other to dictate how you, the user, will use their services. And this is not a new battle, we can tell you. It's been brewing beneath the surface for almost a decade now. So why are we talking about it tonight? Because things have come to a head. The matter escalated on Thursday. Apple announced key changes to its software. It will upgrade its devices like the iPhone and the iPad. These upgrades should arrive in spring. And this is what these upgrades will do. They will add new features that will tell you which app is gathering what data on you. In other words, the Apple upgrades will expose the apps that snoop on you. On its website, Apple has illustrated how these new features will work. Now look at this. If an app is tracking your contact info, your location, your financial details, your purchases, your browsing history, what you search for online, then you will get to know all about it. Apple will tell you which app is tracking you and how. It will break down the information for you, somewhat like this. And that should be good news for you, for all the users. But it's not good news for Facebook, because now you will know what Facebook is tracking. And now Facebook will need your permission before collecting your data. That's bad enough for Facebook. What's worse is that Apple is making an example of it. Apple is using Facebook in illustrations to show how the new features are going to look. That's how bitter this fight has become. Apple is featuring Facebook as an example to describe how its devices can stop data theft. You will get a prompt on your screen. It will tell you that Facebook, or any other app for that matter, wants to track your activity on other websites and apps. And you'll get two options after that. You can allow the tracking, you can also deny it. What does this mean? It means that Apple has declared a war on Facebook's data gathering, and you, by the way, are just incidental in this equation. And Apple is not doing a service to you. It is only helping itself. It is making a virtue out of a business plan. Apple CEO Tim Cook spoke about it. He did not mention Facebook, but he criticized the business practices that Facebook has pioneered over the years. Listen to this.
If a business is built on misleading users, on data exploitation, on choices that are no choices at all, then it does not deserve our praise. It deserves reform. We should not look away from the bigger picture. At a moment of rampant disinformation and conspiracy theories juiced by algorithms, we can no longer turn a blind eye to a theory of technology that says all engagement is good engagement, the longer the better, and all with the goal of collecting as much data as possible.
Let me say this again. Apple is not doing public service. Apple is fighting a corporate battle. And Facebook is fighting back. Whoever wins will dictate terms to us. Last month, Facebook ran attack ads in 3 American newspapers. Facebook plastered its criticism of Apple on front pages, and now it wants to drag Apple to court. Facebook is mulling a lawsuit. According to this report, Facebook has brought in outside legal counsel. The lawsuit could be about the App Store. Now, Facebook wants to sue Apple over what it calls anti-competitive actions. Facebook is accusing Apple of giving preferential treatment to Apple's apps. It says Apple is restricting outside developers like Facebook. But before the matter reaches court, Facebook is also fighting Apple on the internet. The social media giant has built a website, and it names Apple. There are testimonies from small business owners, and they're voicing their concerns over the changes Apple is about to make to its software. Mark Zuckerberg has entered the battlefield himself. He was recently on a conference call with Wall Street analysts, and he went after iMessage. That's Apple's own messaging app, iMessage. It is available only in the Apple ecosystem, only to those who have iPhones and iPads, they can connect on iMessage, not Android users. Zuckerberg believes iMessage poses a quote-unquote existential threat to Facebook's social networking services. He accused Apple of treating its apps more favorably in the App Store. He said Apple, and I'm quoting again, has every incentive to interfere with Facebook and other apps, and he may have a point. Unfortunately, Mark Zuckerberg does not have the sympathies of users and lawmakers because of his own policies. So this is what it has come down to. Facebook and Apple are two of America's most valuable companies. One is a social network. The other makes consumer electronics. They're not direct competitors, but clearly they're now sworn enemies. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.